Europe if the World Wars didn't happen. Most historians agree that the two world wars emphatically weakened the powerhouse that was the European continent until the early 20th century. So the immediate question that springs to mind is, what Europe would have looked like if the world wars didn't happen? Well, here are a few possibilities. Number 1. Europe would have colonized even more countries on the verge of collapse or suffering from internal strife. The top candidates to become European colonies would be its close neighbors. That's right, countries in the Asia Minor and Middle East, such as Levant, Palestine, and dregs of Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans' hold over their empire was already getting loose. Their rulers were too vain and incompetent to prevent any invasion or self-decline of the empire. European powers, driven by their megalomania and wily nature, would have wasted no time to intervene and establish their rule in these regions. Number 2. Southern Europe may have been dealt harshly by its northern neighbors. Starting from the Age of Enlightenment, Northern Europe had made huge progress in virtually all fields of human practice. On the other hand, countries in the Southern Europe, especially those in the Balkans, were too fragile and simply trudging along in bleak hope towards an unknown destiny. A tyrant or two in power in the northern state is all it would have taken to compromise the sovereignty of the southern European states. Number 3. Germany would become a power to be reckoned with. The Habsburg Empire, even without the assassination of Archduke Frank Ferdinand, would have struggled to survive for too long. Habsburg decline would have allowed Germany to bring all the empire's territories under its dominion. At that point, we're looking at a much more consolidated Germany that the whole of Europe will start to fear. Number 4. Russia would have gone down the Republic route. Hard to imagine this today, but it may have taken just a couple of events to change the face of Russia as we know it today. It's quite clear that after suffering a humiliating defeat at the hands of Japan in the Russo-Japanese War in 1905, the Tsar was losing control over his vast empire. His one and only male heir had hemophilia, which meant he would have struggled to make it through adulthood. Now, if Germany had been reluctant to release the exiled Lenin back to Russia, the country wouldn't have witnessed any Bolshevik revolution and would have very likely gone down the Republic or democratic route. Number 5. Many Slavic and Asian countries wouldn't exist. Countries such as Bulgaria, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland, along with many of the states of former Yugoslavia, wouldn't exist today if the two wars didn't happen. Even Middle Eastern countries like Israel, Lebanon, Syria, Libya, Cyprus, and a number of African and South Asian countries would not have come into existence. Number 6. USA may be a superpower, but no match for Europe. In the absence of war, USA wouldn't have felt a need to exercise its great raw industrial power or carry out inventions in the form of jet aircraft, modern rockets, nuclear weapons, etc. Europe on the other side of the Atlantic would have merrily pursued its quest to colonize the entire known world. With no wars at home, Europe would have had little difficulty in managing their colonies overseas. Number 7. Christianity would become the supreme religion. This one may sound a bit far-fetched, but it's a huge possibility that today's mainstream religion like Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, etc. would have been ousted by the religion of the conquerors, that is Christianity. Europeans always had a sense of pride about their religion, and the church's message of saving the souls had a wider currency back in the 20th century. The conquering masters would have seen it their duty to wipe out the various religions of the native and submit them to Christianity. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know if you can think of some other ways in which Europe would have changed in the absence of world wars. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, bye bye and take care.